Hello Mivorkis fam! Welcome to my channel. My name is Mia and this is Mivorkis, and we're still on Figma tutorial episodes. This is episode 3. If you haven't watched the previous video episodes, go up there and just check out the videos. We talked about Figma's environment and getting started with Figma as a new designer and how to learn UI UX in Figma as a new designer. So those are up there. This video gets a little bit more pro. We dig a little bit deeper into Figma's. We're gonna design a mobile app using widgets, and we're obviously gonna auto layout them. We're gonna see how auto layout works. We're gonna start from the beginnings. I actually designed a dashboard card in one of my lives, which you can again see up here. Apparently not there, here. And yeah, let's dig deep. Let's start designing a mobile app. Let's auto layout it, and then on the next episode we're gonna prototype it, and then on the next episode we're gonna create components and a design system for better use. Like, this is a whole project. Start with me from the first of the video till the end of the video. You're gonna learn whole new information about Figma, and you're gonna be able to add something to your portfolio. Let's get into the laptop. Let's get it started. Make sure you're doing step by step with me. Make sure you pause and do everything I say. If you find something confusing, just leave a comment below. I answer comments daily. You can also reach out to me on Instagram and I will answer you there as well. By designing an app which is super trendy right now, which is Thread. This is not gonna be Thread. This is gonna be a version of it that I actually designed a couple of years ago for one of my clients. So if you don't have me on Threads, by the way, follow me. Designed, had all these different pages of chat, which would be the thread, perks, events, updates, and support. This is the page that you're seeing, events, but I'm neck deep into NDAs, so we're not going to design this page. We're just going to design the thread part because that's basically a copy of Twitter, and we're going to do that. But if you guys wanted like an auto layout, a tutorial for creating menus and like cards like this, just hit me up. You know I'm gonna make the video for you. And let's just jump in, delete everything we have here, and write thread. So starters, we're gonna design the header obviously and the footer for the name and the input text that we have. The thing here is that you want to create something that will help people out, like stay in the chat, talk together. It's not gonna be something like Twitter, it's not gonna be something like Thread, which is totally apart. This is just one subject, people are talking about the same thing. It's more related, like more like Reddit, let's say. But obviously every new project has a brief, and I'm gonna leave the brief for you guys in the descriptions below, so you guys have the brief, you know how a brief works, and then we can get started. But like before we start everything, I'm just gonna show you where we're gonna land with everything. So the thing that we're gonna design is a thread like this, which has this kind of tag things which people can click on and see what we're up to, and then these little boxes of actual threads. Something I hate about the thread that is up right now is like zero spacing. Everything is jammed together. There's just a bunch of texts hanging around and I hate it, but it's okay. We're gonna make it better. So starting up, you guys, when you're designing a mobile design, you want to do a couple of things. The first thing is that whether you're designing for iOS or you're designing for Android, you want to find the design system, the design guidelines on community. I'm designing for iOS, so I'm just going to type down iOS here, and it's going to bring out a whole bunch of kits for iOS design. Keep in mind, you're going to use the one that is like mostly used and everyone's like using. So this is iOS 15. iOS 16 is out already. Wow. Thank you, Joy Banks, for all of your design kits. Yes, I'm gonna obviously go with iOS 16 because it's more new. I'm gonna open it with Figma, but this person is saying that this is the survival kit for iOS design in Figma, so I'm gonna just open it and check it out as well. So you don't want to miss things in Figma community. People know what they're talking about and you want to follow them while they're talking about it. Okay fam, as you can see, iOS 16 UI kit for Figma like has colors, typography, components, templates. This is like how you get to know little stuff like spacings and like how to put everything on the header, like how it will look, what do they use as spacing. Even you can just take this out, paste it here, and ta-da, you have your top components. Okay, so just do these little stuff because this is important. So as you can see, this person has actually done a great job for us. They used the ruler and they gave us like real directions and like the sizes for this. Using the ruler app is crucial. Like I just remembered that I forgot to do it on the previous design, but it's okay. But just make sure you use ruler for like grids and stuff. So I'm not gonna use this, but I'm gonna link these two in the description for you guys to just have it around and just use it out. But I'm gonna take this top section of like messages. I'm gonna paste it here, and ta-da, we have our top side. Now the difference here is that on my app top side, I'm just writing threads here, which would be the main thing, and I'm just gonna have to delete these ones. Yes, and like I would want the back because it's really back. And okay, I have to do this. So in order to like, if you're not using these types of ready things, let's just do it together because I want to make sure you guys know what you're doing. If you're not doing this, like using something like this, which is super easy to use obviously, and it will just elevate your design, you're gonna, okay, the height is 42. Obviously I'm gonna go with 44. I'm gonna set the height. I'm gonna create a new frame. I'm gonna call it the header, okay? And then starting with the text I want to use in the middle, I want to write threads. Am I doing it right? I want to write threads. I want to ping that to the middle. I want to take, you know what I'm using already as an icon. I'm going to use icon sacks. Just going to run the plugin and I'm going to paste the back icon there. Where is it? Back. I'm going to do much with it. And then I'm gonna add a search one as well. So if you hold down Command, Option, and P, it's gonna open up the previous plugin for you. So I'm just gonna write search here, and it's gonna give you a bunch of, I don't wanna do linear, I wanna do outline. So, okay, now I have my icons. I have these two things that are crucial for my design. I have header, I have my search, I have my back. And now I'm just gonna click on Shift A and I'm gonna create an auto layouted frame. I'm gonna set these things in here in the auto layout in the middle. I'm gonna give it like a 16 vertical padding and 16 horizontal padding. Here, instead of this number here, I'm gonna write auto, and I'm gonna fit this to my screen, and ta-da, we have it there. We have our search icon, we have our back icon, we have my thread text, which is SF Pro. I don't love it, but let's just keep the font like that there. So I'm just gonna make it a little bit bigger. I'm gonna make it probably 18. Looks so much better. So this is my top part. I used a ready icon for this. I'm just gonna delete this, but you could navigate through that. If you guys are wondering how you can change things like this that doesn't change, you just have to come here and detach instance, then you could change it. So we're good with that. Now we're gonna start with adding our little tags here. So this was our threads and our header side. I'm gonna duplicate that. I'm gonna keep the same size and I'm gonna create my little tags here, but I'm gonna keep this like tags section. Okay, we have the tag section here. I'm gonna open up a new frame. It doesn't matter what is the size, just create a new frame, click on T, write down your, for example, name. I've been working in this project and it's like really cool, and I can't tell you guys anything about it, but when it's out, I'm gonna give you guys like so much detail about it and you're gonna love it clearly. I wrote meme here in order to have like, okay, like this tag is selected, so I'm gonna fill it. I'm gonna give it like 0. I'm gonna change the text to white, and let's say instead of 2 I want 4, instead of 10 I want 8. You see, this is how we do auto layouting. We start from the layer beneath and we come up. So let's just change the radius to, I want full radius on this, so let's change it to 18, maybe 16. Have corner smoothing on iOS, and that's it. Now let's change the size to, let's say 14 and it should be medium. Now I just wanted to have more padding. That looks nice. That looks nice. So I'm just gonna keep on duplicating this till we have a good amount of it. Let's see, 2, 4, 5 is good. And then let's have 16 spacing on it instead of that. And you see it now, that is out. It's obvious how it works. And then, as you guys know, I'm just gonna give you guys, like, you could wrap things. And if you use this in auto layout instead of like the horizontal layout, it's gonna push the tags on the beneath. I hope we get to use this because this is new features, but if it didn't get to, I just showed you guys how to use it. So make sure you have clip content on, because if you don't have it on, it's just gonna come out like this out of the frame. We want it to be on. And now let's just change this to community, sorry sir, community style, then DIY. Okay, that looks good. And then all of the ones that are not selected, we're obviously going to change the color. Let's say 10%. I like the 10%. And instead of the F, let's have them black. Beautiful. I didn't like the 10% actually. Let's change it. Okay, I'm going to go with variation of blue. Okay, I like this. So this is how we're gonna add the tags here. We still have the same padding and horizontal and vertical padding for our tags. So obviously, whichever one of these that the users click on, it's gonna show the relevant tags. And now let's just add a close button in case they don't want any of this. So I'm just gonna add close. Let's see. It's good. Let's just use this. Add it here. In our tag, make it F. I want it so much smaller, so let's go with 16. I don't hate it. As you can see, I don't love the spacing here, so I'm just gonna click on this part, which is individual padding, so you can change each side. I'm gonna go with 8 here, and yeah, I just love it so much better. This looks so much better. Maybe if this just was a little bit, instead of 8, if we had 6, if we had each, I would go with 8 honestly, because I would want it to be bigger and easier to click on. Everything's good now. We have our tag section, and now let's design our cards which contain the text that people are gonna post. For designing that, we clearly want to open a new type of card as a frame. I would create some sort of outline just in the beginning. Maybe we won't go with it, but I just want to create it at first so I know what I'm dealing with. And now I have added like all of this different data of the user, the name, when they posted, and like who are they following, that like would be similar to you. So now I designed this at first, and now I'm just gonna start auto layouting. So you're gonna click on the name, the dot here, and the time they posted, which is 2 minutes ago. You're gonna click on Shift A. You're gonna write title on it. You want to name your layers. After you wrote down title for this one, and this would be followed by, we don't want to auto layout this, so just Shift A that, and now Shift A this one with the title, and write content in here, or text, it doesn't matter. And then as the profile picture, I would want to make it a little bit smaller. I think it would suit better what we're having here. If this was 4, this would suit so good. Okay, and now we're gonna Shift A the image and the text. Here I want to make sure it has the right alignment, middle alignment. Let's have 8 instead of 7. I want to change this picture because I don't love it. I'll go to Unsplash plugin, and I'm just gonna find a person. Would that work? Yeah, that works. But let's just write NFT, not BFD, NFT. I'm looking for something like cool to put there instead of that. I want it to look more. Okay, this is nice. I'm just gonna click on this, which is the crop tool, and I'm gonna change the crop that is using this. This image doesn't have a really good quality. John has posted 2 minutes ago. Sorry for speaking British. So now we have the header side, which is the head of the page, and then We obviously want to add the text, which is, hey everyone, blog is live, providing walkthrough, blah blah blah. Let's just, since we were using SF Pro, let's make sure that we have these in SF Pro as well. Small things you gotta care for children. It was SF Pro text. Okay, small details, man, small details. SF Pro text, and then let's SF Pro this one as well. Make sure you have the same fonts in everywhere. I want this on regular. I want the color. I think I'm okay with the color. I'm not sure. These are all the design system from iOS, so you could actually, this kit that you have here, it has like the colors and typography. So if you turn this kit on your team, it's gonna enable the colors for you. So I'm just not gonna do that right now. Let's just stick here. Okay, so let's change this color to like a more blackish one because I want it to be black. Cool, cool, cool. And so this is our text, and then we want the users to be able to like comment, like, share, send it to other people and stuff like that. We'll add that for them. So in order to add those, I just added this real quick. This is like reply. Okay, let's change this to like, and then these are the people who already replied to this, but let's add like, which would be a heart. I want heart, man. This looks good. This would be the heart, and we want the share. Okay, I don't want to share, I want to send. Looks good. And do we want retweet, like someone to be able to retweet this? Let's let them to be able to retweet it. So it's gonna be like something like swap. I'm not sure. Okay, let's go to arrows and see what they have for us. Okay, now we have our icons. I just want to make them a little bit smaller. I will shift A them, obviously. So we have this as an icon set for us here. And then we obviously have the replies I created here from the people who replied. I'm gonna shift all of this and write action, which would be the place that people could take action on our little comments. Okay, this looks good. This looks good. I like how this is turning out. I just want like the 3 dots here to be added as well. I'm just gonna take this. I'm just gonna add it to my auto layout here. Okay, looks good. I like this. We obviously have the view more section, and then obviously we have all of our sections ready. We have it on this card, which is gonna be like our thread card, and I'm just gonna shift A this to just fit everything beautifully here. What you want to do is you want to make sure here instead of hug you have fill container, and if you've done that and this gap created here, you want to click on that layer, make sure it's on auto. So now that gap would be filled. We would have auto here as well. So all of the different auto layouts that you create, you want to click on fill container. Sorry, the container went over. Now this is just a small thing that you could do just to make sure that this is a little bit more responsive. And in order to, let's just make this one fill it, like go deep in each layer and make it responsive. And if you click that, it's gonna look like this. Why aren't you looking like that? You're gonna be fill container. Okay, now it looks good. This is what we're up to right now, and this is where we're at. We have our little text box here. Let's just make sure it's 24. Now, just by looking at it, I don't love the way it looks. Obviously, I don't love the cards view here. So here on the top side, I'm gonna add a little stroke to our frame here. I'm gonna add stroke. I'm gonna click here, I'm gonna choose bottom, and I'm gonna give it 10% stroke, and then I'm gonna get rid of the stroke that we have here already. So fit it to the screen, and voila, it looks so much better right now. And let's just add a stroke for the bottom of this page as well. Give it 10%. It looks good, it looks fun, I don't hate it. Let's just swap this to like flip it horizontal, not all of it, just this one. Yes, queen, this looks really good. I hate how this one has the spacing though. Let's just Command Shift these two layers, and let's just call them something like data and give them like 4 or even 8 spacing. Yes, love spacing. Love spacing. Spacing gives me life. Let's make you 5 just to fit this, and voila, we have a little thready things here. You're gonna be able to like duplicate it and just click on this, click on the thread, and call this a row of threads. And now whenever you click on it, it's just gonna look different. And to be able to have different images, just click all of these different images types here, come back, go to Unsplash, write profile here. It's gonna give you a bunch of people profiles. Yeah, add them. There should be a way to just add them separately, isn't it? Because I remember there was a way. Okay, it doesn't matter right now. Let's just add them one by one and make it look good. You're gonna be a profile picture. You're gonna be a profile picture. And now after adding our profile pictures here, we're gonna actually auto layout everything else here. Just Shift A everything and just make it clean. Auto layout, everything needs to be 0. This is the feel of your page. It looks really nice. People can scroll, and if you're gonna add anything from nowhere, this is your place. I'm just gonna design this post, which is just an easy way for you to post. Obviously we have this tags and like these images here as a fill. Let's just make sure it's fill component, make sure it's on to the right, make sure they have the right paddings, which is 16 from the top to bottom. Let's delete this and just add the stroke here from the bottom. F, looking great. Okay, I actually really like how this turned out. We have the add button, which you can add stuff. You have the send, you have the emoji button. And now let's just add this part to our place here. Let's just add a little bit of bottom padding for this type, and let's just reduce this one like as low as we can. This looks good. And then make sure all of your emojis are auto layouted, and make sure you click on auto here, so the tag section which people can put their stuff on the created categories are nice. So this is our version of the threads. We designed it, we auto layouted everything. I actually have like a create post full page, which would contain like creating a poll, your images, and like giving vibes. And this was my version of reply. Get ideas, do it on your own. And yeah, this was it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Make sure you use this kit. This is really good, and this one as well. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you're with me in all of these episodes, because after this series of Figma 101 tutorials, you're going to be able to use Figma fully. You're going to be able to design a landing page. You're going to be able to design a dashboard. You're going to be able to design a mobile app, and it's all gonna come together at the end of this series. So make sure you follow up, okay? Make sure you subscribe, leave a comment. Welcome. Let's just do this. Welcome, newcomers. I love you for subscribing. And the others who are not subscribing, subscribe please. And yep, that's it for this video. Make sure you leave a comment, let me know what you think. Follow my socials. I'm on Threads now, which is a platform I designed in, let's say, 2022. I designed it. Yep, I designed Thread basically. And yeah, make sure you follow me on everywhere. It's me, Orchiz, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. Goodbye.